Data doesn't lie. If you want to know what's going on with your audience on YouTube, you need to correctly read YouTube analytics. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about how to correctly read YouTube analytics on YouTube. So especially for beginners, so you can measure what needs to be improved, and then you can make adjustments to help grow your channel and get more views and subscribers. Because you can ask people what you need to improve on your channel, and they may give you an opinion, based upon what they think may be true or what you need to improve. But unless you look at YouTube analytics, then it clearly shows you the data that you can measure, and then you can calculate what you need to do. For example, I often ask people, what kind of thumbnail should you, which one would you choose? And then, a lot of people would choose a certain one. And then when I split test it, I find that the data often chooses the thumbnail that they didn't choose, or I didn't choose. So the data gives you the facts about what you need to improve on your channel. So that's why I thought I'd cover this topic. So you can look at, maybe we're going to look at the top 5 metrics that you need to study. And YouTube's been changing the YouTube studio all the time. So new metrics are pouring in all the time. So it gives you more data to study. So we're going to go through these top 5 metrics, and then going to see which are the most important metrics that you should focus on if you want to grow your channel. So we're talking about measuring success and the 5 stats to pay attention to. And you're probably all familiar with this. What gets measured gets improved. So if you can see what you need to measure, then you know what you need to improve. And so that's why we're going to look at specific metrics that you can study in order to improve your videos and your channel. And one question I wanted to ask was, which metric do you check the most in YouTube analytics? Put that in the chat, or if you're watching a replay, put that in the comments. I think for myself, usually I'm checking the top traffic sources, like YouTube search, YouTube suggested. So I want to know where my traffic is coming from, which we'll talk a little bit about later. And then I'm also looking at click-through rates, and especially audience retention. So we'll talk about those later as well. But those are just some of them. How do you measure success in YouTube analytics? So these are just some questions that you may ask, when you're looking at analytics. How's my channel doing? So by checking the watch time, the views, the subscribers in YouTube analytics, you can see if your channel's making success. How many new subscribers are you getting? How many views are you picking up on your videos? You can see, is it going down or is it going up? So when you go into the overview tab of channel analytics, which we'll look at a little bit later, we can see immediately how my channel is doing. And then you drill down to find out, the things that you need to particularly change. Second question is, who is watching and what are they interested in? So where do they come from? What is their age? So you're finding out about the people who watch your videos, and this gives you insight into how you can tailor your next video and adjust your promotional strategies to reach your desired audience. The third question is, how engaged is my audience with my videos on my channel? So is my audience staying engaged throughout my videos? Are they sharing and liking the videos? How many likes am I getting? what point do they drop off, what captures their interest. So the beautiful thing about studying the YouTube analytics is you can see exactly where people start leaving your video, and then you can make adjustments to keep them engaged. And then if you're trying to generate revenue from your YouTube channel, then how much money, how much revenue am I making from my channel? So which of the videos that are generating the most revenue? So if you know which videos are generating the most revenue, which topics are generating the most revenue, then you can double down on those topics and approach those topics from different angles and capitalize on the revenue that that topic is generating. So also, when is your channel making the most money? What types of ads, skippable ads or non-skippable ads, overlay ads? Which ones make the most money? Which countries generate the most revenue? Which is the highest cost per click? Which country has the highest cost per click? Which types of ads have the highest cost per click? Which topics, etc. So those are just some of the topics that you might want to ask yourself as you study YouTube analytics, so you can measure the success or failure of your YouTube videos. Or maybe you wouldn't say failure, because you're always trying to improve, and you can adjust, improve, and adjust and improve is a constant strategy and constant action you should be taking to improve your channel. I asked my Facebook group, what was the most popular metrics or stats that you usually look at. So Christina's saying impressions, click-through rate, views over time, and watch time. And Terry's saying views, watch time, last 28 days and 7 days. Gary's saying views and subs. Jim Costa's got a lot of ones he checks: retention, watch time, click-through rate, view duration, impressions, unique views, engagement. So we're going to look at some of those as we proceed. But these are all the different metrics that people are checking, maybe every day or maybe even several times a day. So I could have asked a follow-up question: how many times do you check your stats? Do you just check them once a day, or do you check them twice a day, or once a week? Sometimes I check mine several times a day. Especially when you first publish a video, you want to see, how's the real-time activity, how's the view velocity doing, how's it ranking over the next few hours, next few days, etc. So you can kind of get carried away with looking at the statistics, but it does give you a powerful vision and a powerful view of how your videos and how your channel is doing. And YouTube is continuously providing new stats, and I'm going to cover some of those new stats today, so you can also check those. So those are just some of the common metrics that some of my audience on the YouTube Facebook group is checking. So let's take a look at some of these. So how to read your channel analytics. So we're first going to take a deeper dive into channel analytics. So all you have to do is just go into the YouTube studio, and then you click on analytics, and you'll see channel analytics at the top, and then you click on the overview tab, and then you can select last 28 days or last 90 days or 365 days. So immediately at the top, they've got this card. I don't know if everybody gets this, but if your channel has been growing, like here it says looking good, your channel got about the same number of views as usual. So over the last few months, my views have been going up, but now, probably after, especially with COVID-19, I've been getting more traffic than usual. But since we've been in that pandemic for several months now, my my number of views are kind of plateaued for the channel. So I definitely need to look at things that I can improve. And then I've got the views. I've got the number of views for the channel, the number of watch time, subscribers, and then revenue. And then down the bottom, you got your top videos in this 28-day period. I also adjust it for 90 days. Then over on the right, I've got the real-time stats. So, in these last 28 days, so my top videos and my latest video, how's my latest video doing? And then you can also look at the last 48 hours, last 48 hours, how are your videos doing last 48 hours? So this is the overview tab in channel analytics to check the how your channel is doing. Then you can click on advanced mode. So let me go back one here. At the top here, you got advanced mode. So if you click on that, I thought I'd just show you that. If you go into advanced mode, then you can go on all these tabs. You've got the videos tab, traffic source tab, geography, viewer age, viewer gender. So you can quickly go through all these particular tabs. And like in the videos tab, you got your views, got your watch time, subscribers, estimated revenue, impressions, click-through rate, impressions, etc. So, and then it'll even show you the specific videos that are under those particular stats. So that's in the advanced mode. And then you can also add a metric. So if you click this plus sign, then you can also add more metrics. So I could add average view duration, I can add average percentage viewed, and I can add any of these metrics to that particular table. So that's by just clicking on the plus sign there. So if you just want to take a deeper dive into your channel analytics, these are some of the most popular metrics that you should know about. So I just sort of emphasize these. The average view duration is the and we'll be talking about these as we go through, but these average view duration is the estimated average minutes watched per view for the selected video and date range. So if you get a high average view duration, high click-through rate, that is like the best as far as YouTube is concerned. If you get the high number of people that are making it through the video, and then a lot of people clicking on the thumbnail. So average percentage viewed is the average percentage of a video your audience watches per view. So if that's high, that is also a good sign. And then the impressions refers to how many times your thumbnails were shown to viewers on YouTube through registered impressions. So it means how many times your thumbnails were shown to people on YouTube, not people on your website or on social media sites, but the impressions refer to the videos that were shown actually on YouTube. So it could be on the home screen, could be on subscriber feed, could be on the suggested videos down the right side. And then the impressions click-through rate is how many viewers actually watched a video after seeing the thumbnails. So they see the thumbnail, which is the impression, and they click on the thumbnail, and then that impressions click-through rate shows how many people, that percentage, how many people click on the thumbnail to watch the video. So YouTube is saying if you get between 2 and 4%, that is kind of the average. But if you get higher than that, if you get 8%, 10% or higher, some people can get 50% or so, then for sure YouTube, your video will be promoted in YouTube suggested videos. So that's the impressions click-through rate. So that's a good number to view. Then you got unique viewers. These are the estimated number of people that watched your content within the selected date range. Could be 28 days, 90 days, etc. And then views, of course, refers to the number of legitimate views for your channels and videos. And then you got the watch time, which is the amount of time that the viewer has watched the video. So you'll see that when we look at audience retention, you'll see the watch time, you see the amount of minutes that are being watched on your video. So those are some of the top metrics that you should be studying, and we'll look at some other ones as well. But these are some of the metrics that or the definitions that you should know about as reading the metrics in YouTube analytics. Then you also got the comparison feature. So a lot of people don't know about this, but this can be very handy. For instance, a few months back, I changed the backdrop to my videos, so I can compare, or in this case, I compared the videos before the new backdrop and in the videos after the backdrop. So you can create in this compare link, you can compare before and after. So maybe you change the backdrop, maybe you created a whole new strategy on how you're editing your videos. So you can compare your top performers. Then, like in this one, I've got backdrop after, backdrop before, so I can compare like 10 videos before, 10 videos after. So ideally, you want to just focus on one metric to see, compare, and then you can see, did the backdrop make any difference as far as improving the watch time, as far as getting more views, more subscribers. So, and that way, it's a very handy feature if you want to compare different videos. Oops. Okay, moving on to the Reach tab. This is the second tab, and in this one we got the impressions. This is still on channel analytics. So you got impressions, click-through rate, and how they led to watch time. So we got the traffic source types. Did they come from suggested videos, YouTube search? Where's your traffic coming from? So this is another great metric that you need to be familiar with and see, where is most of your traffic coming from for your channel? Is it from suggested, from YouTube search, from external traffic? And then you can also look at the impressions that led to watch time. So how many impressions? And then you also got the total amount of views for the last 28 days, etc. So that's kind of very important. And then I think I blotted that out, but here you have, here you've got on this funnel, you can see the impressions that led to watch time, and then you've also got this other metric down here. So I can't read that, it's too small. But over here, I don't know if you can read that, but YouTube's saying that if you increase the click-through rate and increase the average view duration, then your videos will be surfaced to more video, will be promoted in suggested videos. So you want to go after the high click-through rate and the high degree of watch time. So we're going to look at some of that when we look at individual videos. But this is the Reach tab, and then so if you want to see a specific video area, so over here we've got, if you drill down and you click on, say, see more, then you'll be able to see these external traffic sources. So you'll be able to see the impressions click-through rate, number of views, average view duration, and watch time. And then you can drill down into each of these specific traffic source types to see which specific videos have generated that traffic for suggested videos, YouTube search, etc. So that's what happens when you click on See More in traffic source types. And then also in the Reach tab, if you scroll down to the bottom, I couldn't get them all on the slide. So if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the external traffic sources. So in this case, you've got Google search is the highest number of traffic. Then we've got playlists, how your playlists are doing on your channel. Then also your suggested videos, so there's specific videos that are generating traffic for suggested videos. Then specific videos for YouTube search. Now we've got the engagement tab. So this is the third tab in channel analytics. And this is looking at your top videos, top videos of your channel. You're looking, this is over the last 28 days, and be able to see your top playlists, your top videos by the end screen, and then also your top end screen elements, which element. It could be a playlist, it could be a video, it could be a website, linking to a website, etc. So you can actually see, how are your viewers engaging on your channel, so which videos are getting the top number of views and engagement, which playlists are getting the most engagement, how many people are staying to click on the end screen, and which element types. Then if you go to the audience tab in channel analytics, you'll get the unique viewers, which is the estimated number of people that watch your content within the specific date range. This is 28 days I've got listed here. And then we've got the average views per viewer. So this is the average number of times a viewer watched any video on your channel. So your goal is to get your viewers to keep coming back. So if you select 28 days and then you see that viewers are continuously coming back to watch more of your content, that's a really good sign. So if more people are returning, coming back to watch more of your videos over 28 days, 90 days, longer, that's a great sign. That sends a signal to the YouTube algorithm that these people love your content, and YouTube will promote your content, surface your content to a wider range of people. Then you've also got when your viewers are on YouTube. So are they in the morning? Most of them watching your videos in the morning, afternoon, evening. So in this case, it's mostly like middle of the day. And then you got your subscriber bell notifications, subscribers that are clicking on the bell notification. So, what percentage of people are doing that? So not everybody clicks the bell notification icon. Not everybody gets a notification. YouTube has had a lot of problems with notifying people through the bell notifications. So that's why you want to, try to engage with your viewers in the comments, social media sites, on your email list, etc. So you have multiple points of connection, then you can build a relationship with your viewers. And also on this tab, you've got the watch time from subscribers. So, as you can see here, most people that are watching the videos are non-subscribers, like over 90%. And that seems to be the same for most channels. Most viewers are coming from non-subscribers, but the view velocity, the initial view velocity of your videos usually comes from people that have subscribed to your channel. So, and then you got the top countries, which are the countries that are generating, that are attracting the most subscribers, and then you can look at your what is the age and gender of the people that are watching your videos, and then you've got your top subtitle and closed caption languages. So those are all those metrics, but I'd say watch time from subscribers and top countries are probably two of the most important metrics there. And then also age, what you want to try to figure out, what demographics you want to particularly target. Then we've got the revenue tab. So how to read the analytics or your revenue tab. So if you click on the revenue tab, then you've got the monthly estimated revenue, and then you got the top earning videos. You got the revenue sources, where does your revenue come from, the top earning videos, and also the ad types, so skippable video ads, non-skippable video ads, overlay ads, and then also you got your transaction revenue. So from here, I think the most important thing is your revenue increasing each month? Which videos, which videos are your top earning videos, and what particular topics seem to generate the highest cost per click? So if you also got another metric here. Wow, the text is a bit tiny. I can't read medicine bottles, so I'm just kind of the RPM. So this is what revenue per mile, or amount of revenue you make per 1,000 views. That's actually a new metric that YouTube has recently added, the RPM. Then you got the 28 days, and then you've got your playback as well. So the playback based cost per 1,000 views. So if you get a high cost per 1,000 views for a particular topic, then say it's like $20 or $50 or $100 per 1,000 views, then if you want to boost the revenue on your channel, then you can make more videos along that particular topic. And a couple of live streams ago, or a couple of videos ago, I talked about the new mid-roll ads. So if you place multiple ad breaks in now it's an 8-minute video instead of a 10-minute video, you can boost your revenue. So it used to be 10 minutes, but now, since I think July 27th, they decreased it to 8 minutes, so you can put multiple ad breaks in an 8-minute video, which used to be 10 minutes, and then you can increase your revenue that way. So and then by doing that, you can then check your revenue tab and see how your revenue is doing for your particular channel. So let's look at individual videos, how do you read the individual video analytics? So this is a little bit different than the channel analytics. You get some different metrics here, but on the overview tab, then you're immediately seeing the number of views. When you upload a video, you want to see the views, you want to see the watch time, you want to see number of subscribers and the revenue that it's generating. So usually when you first upload a video, then you may not get a lot of views initially. You may not get a lot of watch time initially, but as it stews on YouTube, then the views may increase. So over time, and I've seen this where you might just get a few views in the beginning, but over time, like weeks, months, even years later, and I've got videos that are doing very well even after 3 years. So YouTube is really a long-term game, and sometimes, therefore you don't want to delete the videos that are not necessarily doing well because they might do well later. So when you first upload that video, you're looking at the view velocity. You're looking at the how many views maybe after a week or two. How's it doing? Looking at the watch time. Looking at is it generating revenue? Is it generating subscribers? So in this case, this video it's got 3,000 views, and then it's also got 34 subscribers, generating $17.24. So this was since it was published, which was just a few weeks ago. And then you can study the audience retention, which is a very important metric. So it got a 48.3% audience retention, which is pretty good. You want to aim for 50 or 60%, but in this case, this video did pretty well. And then you can also got the real-time activity, that what's going on right now. So most of the traffic, as you see, is coming from YouTube search, and the second from suggested, and third from external. So it's doing very well in YouTube search. Then you can look at the number of likes and dislikes. So if you look more deeply at audience retention, actually, no, it's on the same tab. We're going to look at that later. But on the same tab, you've also got the external traffic sources, and this is a new metric. We've got the bell notifications sent. So we've got bell notifications sent, notifications click-through rate, and the views from notifications. This is like a new metric that YouTube recently added. Then we got the traffic sources from suggested videos, from playlists, and from search. And if you click on the see more on any of these, you can drill down into the actual videos that are being suggested, or the actual videos or actual topics that people are entering into YouTube search to find that specific video. And then an external, you got Google search, and in this case Google search, and then Facebook, DuckDuckGo, etc. Okay, here's also the engagement tab. So you're looking at the watch time and the average view duration. So as I said before, if you get a high watch time, high average view duration, and a high click-through rate, then your video will be promoted, on the internet, on YouTube, from YouTube. So you get free promotion. And then you got audience retention, and then you got likes, dislikes, and the end screen element click-through rate. Okay, and then I think we've got looking more deeply at audience retention. So here it is. So if you click on audience retention, you've got these two metrics. You got audience retention, and then you got relative audience retention, which will be in the next slide. So then over on the right, we've got the average view duration, and then we've got average percentage viewed. So so I mentioned that before. So if you get, in this case, got 48.3% average percentage viewed. So almost half the people watching the video, made it all the way through. So that's the audience retention. And then the other metric is the relative audience retention. So this shows your video's ability to retain viewers by comparing it to all the YouTube videos of similar length. So it's not necessarily the same topic, could be all different topics, but it's comparing your video's ability to all the videos of that particular length. So in this case, the relative audience retention of this particular video was over 50% all the way through. So that's a really good sign that this particular video length did better than 50% of people that have the video the same length. So that's a good sign. So that's another good metric to study. And then you got your average view duration, and then you got your average percentage viewed. So you want to get those when you read those, and you want to definitely, every video that you produce, try to boost that average view duration, average percentage viewed. There is, I'll talk about that later, but there is a video I put in the description where you can check the link in the description below. Mr. Beast is a very popular YouTuber that gives away a lot of money, gets about 14 million views per video, and he also talks about these main metrics. The click-through rate, the average view duration, the average percentage viewed as the top 3 metrics that you should study. So you can check that out. I'll put it in the end screen as well. Then we've also got the audience tab. So in this one, we're looking at the unique views. We're looking at average views per viewer. So, if I mentioned that before, when people come back to watch more content on the channel, that's a really good sign. So if you can increase the number of views per viewer, if you get a high average views per viewer, that's a good sign that people are coming back. And then you got subscribers, you got the watch time from subscribers, age and gender, top countries, and top subtitle and CC languages, which I always add closed captions to my videos because I repurpose the content. So that's the audience tab. Then you got the revenue tab, as well as I showed you in channel analytics. But here I've got, since this video was published, I generated $17.24. And then it's got an RPM, cost per 1,000 views, $5.76. And then you got the playback based rate, CPM 1465. So you got the revenue sources. Where did it come from mostly? The ad types. Did it come from? In this case, it came from skippable video ads mostly. Actually, all my videos, most of the revenue comes from skippable video ads when it comes to video. It comes to the ads, and then the overlay ads, and I don't do non-skippable ads. And then you got the transaction revenue. So here's some important things to keep in mind when it comes to reading your YouTube analytics, and especially for beginners. Actually not just beginners, because YouTube is continually adding new metrics to YouTube analytics, as I showed you in the bell notifications click-through rate. That's actually a new one. So, but you want to look at your top traffic sources. Which videos are doing the best on your channel, and then looking at, you drill down into your traffic source types. So is most of the traffic coming from search, suggested, playlists, external? And then if a video is doing really well on your channel, getting a lot of traffic, then double down on that particular topic and create more of those types of videos. Then another great metric to study is the audience retention. So the audience retention, the average view duration, the average percentage viewed. So we looked at that for that individual video. So you want to get ideally you want to get 50% of the people that are watching your video. Ideally you want to keep them watching all the way through. So if you can keep those half of the viewers engaged all the way through, then you're going to get that high audience retention. The average view duration is going to increase. Your watch time will be higher, and the average percentage viewed will be higher. Then you also want to check your impressions and impressions click-through rate, because if your impressions go up, that's a sign that your video, your YouTube is promoting your video on YouTube on other people's channels. So on the home screen, in suggested videos, on the subscriber feed. So usually when I first upload a video, then most of the traffic is coming from browse features. So browse features is usually the traffic that's coming from the home screen. This is when people go onto youtube.com, then they'll see that video there. They'll see it on the desktop computer. They'll see it on the YouTube app, when they go onto their iPhone or Android device. And then you want to look at the impressions click-through rate. So if you can get a high impressions click-through rate, meaning that people are clicking on your thumbnail. So if you can improve the thumbnail and then you get more impressions and you get a higher click-through rate, that means people are stopping them in their tracks and clicking on the video and watching your videos. So you want them to consume your content, to engage in your content, and keep coming back for more of your content. That's sort of the journey that you want subscribers or new viewers to take. And then you also want to learn where the viewers click subscribe. So did they, how many, what kind of topics were they interested in? And if that video generated a lot of subscribers, then maybe you want to create more videos like that to increase your subscriber rate. And then if you want to generate more revenue, then click on your revenue tab and then look at the videos that are generating the most views, subscribers. Look at the traffic and the ad types. What kind of ad types? Is it the skippable video ads? Is the overlay ads? What kind of ads do you want to check? And you might want to even experiment with the mid-roll ads, which are typically also skippable video ads as well. So those are the sort of most important metrics that you want to focus on. And then if you do that, then you can know what you have to measure, know what you have to improve. So as that saying goes, what gets measured gets improved. So if you continually look at your YouTube analytics, study the data, and each new video that you produce, just take one small tweak. It might be to improve your thumbnail. It might be to improve engagement. It could be the way that you deliver your content. It could be the way that you design your thumbnail. So just try one small tweak and then look how that video is doing. And then you can also use the comparison feature. Check your videos before you made that change and the videos after you made that change. So you can use the comparison feature for that. How does Mr. Beast get over 14 million views per YouTube video? Sometimes he gets way more than that. So, I did a video on that. So if you want to check that out, it's in the description, or you can click on I'll put that in the end screen. So you just click on that video and you'll be able to watch that particular video. I even did a whole live stream on Mr. Beast, because this actually was taken from the Vid Summit that I attended last year, where Mr. Beast gave a presentation and he mentioned the top 3 metrics that he looks at to improve his videos and get 14 million views per video. So I can't promise that'll happen to you, but maybe you can learn something and improve from watching that particular video.